Good morning, everyone. So I am Karen Dubin from Sweet Institute, and I am continuing to read Carl Rogers on Becoming a Person. And we have been reading the section on In Directions in Therapy, and this is the section that discovering that the core of personality is positive, and we're going to finish this section today by starting with reading at the very end of 101 and continuing to the top of 103. So here we go. If hatelessness seems like a rather neutral or negative concept, perhaps we should let Mrs. Oak explain its meaning. In her 39th interview, she feels her therapy drawing to a close. As she feels her therapy drawing to a close, she returns to this topic. Client: I wonder if I ought to clarify. It's clear to me, and perhaps that's all that matters really, here my strong feeling about a hate-free kind of approach. Now that we have brought it up on a rational kind of plane, I know it sounds negative, and yet in my thinking, not really my thinking, but my feeling, and my thinking, yes, my thinking too, it's far more positive thing than this, than a love. And it seems to me a far easier kind of it's less confining. But I realize that it must sort of sound and almost seem like a complete rejection of so many things, of so many creeds, and maybe it is. I don't know. But it just to me seems more positive. Therapist: you can see how it might sound more negative to someone, but as far as the meaning that it has for you is concerned, it doesn't seem as binding, as possessive, I take it, as love. It seems as though it actually is more expandable, more usable than client. Yeah. Therapist: any of these narrower terms. Client: really does to me. It's easier. Well, anyway, it's easier for me to feel that way, and I don't know. It seems to me to really be a way of finding yourself in a place where you aren't forced to make rewards and you aren't forced to punish. And it seems so much. It just seems to me to make for a kind of freedom. Therapist: where one is rid of the need of either rewarding or punishing, then it just seems to you that there is so much more freedom for all concerned. Client: that's right. I'm prepared for some breakdowns along the way. Therapist: you don't expect it to be smooth sailing. Client: no. This section is the story, greatly abbreviated, of one client's discovery that the deeper she dug within herself, the less she had to fear. That instead of finding something terribly wrong within herself, she gradually uncovered a core of self, which wanted neither to reward nor punish others, a self without hate, a self which was deeply socialized. Do we dare generalize from this type of experience that we cut through deeply enough to our organismic nature that we find that man is a positive and social animal? This is the suggestion from our clinical experience. End of reading today, and the next time we meet we'll continue on 103 with being one's organism, one's experience, and continue on from there. And I look forward to doing that all with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.